Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today's look is going to be this red smoky eye paired with a nude lip. I had a lot of fun using this. I used the Kat Von D Metal Crush eyeshadow in the shade Raw Power. I just wanted to do something dark but also a little, like, I love things that just make my green eyes just pop, and I just think that this burgundy red shade just kills green eyes. And so yeah, so if you're interested in learning how to do this look, then just keep watching. So to start today, I'm just going to use this Cover FX Illuminating Primer. So I'm just going to put that on. And then on top of that, I'm going to use this Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. So I'm just going to pat this into the skin and just try to fill in some of these pores that I have. So for foundation, I'm going to use this LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation in the shade Fair. I think that it just gives my skin a really nice glow and makes it just look healthy. The one bad thing I would say about this foundation is that this is not fair. Like, I don't know if you can even see that. That is not fair. So I also bought the white one that I mix in just on the back of my hand. I add usually 2 pumps of this with 1 pump of the white foundation, and I just mix it together and then put it on my face. But because I am self-tanned right now and it's fading a little bit, so don't mind that. And then I always have to blend down my neck because my neck is so white in comparison to the rest of my body. Like, I just don't understand. It's too light for everything that I have. And so I always just take it down my neck just a slight bit because my face and my chest are generally the same color, but my neck must just never see the sun. I don't know. I think that's about as good as I can get it because of this. So my favorite concealer in the entire world, I'm sure that you've heard of it already, is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So yeah, I'm just going to apply this in a very slight triangle just because you don't need so much of this. This goes a long way. And so I just put it right under my eye and then down my nose like that. And then I just put a tad bit right here. And then I just even it out by putting it on my forehead, on my nose, and then a tad bit on my chin. Just threw my beauty blender across the room. Okay, so now that I've done that, I like to go onto my brows after setting my face. So today I'm going to use the Anastasia Dipbrow in Taupe. We'll see how I do with this. Oh, oh. Oh my god. Oh. Oh god, okay. Well. Okay, so I think that there just comes a point in life where you just have to tell yourself that those eyebrows are not going to be the same. And I guess that time's now. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my eyes. Today I'm going to be using a couple shadows out of this Tarteist Pro Palette. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here, this shade Bold, right here at the bottom. And I'm just going to lightly put this into my crease just as a transition color. Oh, and I'm using a Morphe M441 brush. So just went in with that, and now I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is Makeup Geek Bitten. And I'm gonna go in with this Morphe M433 brush in Bitten. And I'm just gonna take this right here on this outer part of my crease and kind of just like brush it onto the lid just a tiny bit, just to add a little bit of color right there. And then I'm gonna go back into Bitten. And now I'm gonna take it on this outer portion and I'm gonna start sweeping it up into my crease just a little bit more precisely. This brush starts out fat and then it turns to a little bit not fat. Fat, skinny. Fat, skinny. It's like when you're posing for a picture, you just like turn to the side and all of a sudden you like look a lot better. Like, that's this brush. So I'm just kind of creating a little bit, not a halo, but I'm leaving the center of my eye blank. And I'm just taking this and blending inner to outer corner. And then I'm going to take that first brush, the M441 from Morphe, and I'm not, with no additional product, going to go over and just buff that in a little bit more. Okay, and then once you have that on there, and now it's time to go in with the star of the show, and that is the Kat Von D Metal Crush eyeshadow in Raw Power. So this is just so beautiful. I'll show you swatch. It's just so creamy and just gorgeous. Like look at that. Like, I don't even know. I don't know what to tell you. So now I'm gonna go in with the Kat Von D eyeshadow, and I'm gonna take some Fix Plus and this MAC 242 brush, which is just a flat synthetic brush. And I'm just gonna spritz it with some of this Fix Plus. And then just apply it to the center of my lid. And then after you have it really set into your eye, I like to get it just like a tad bit more wet. Like that, for some reason, didn't really get on my brush. Oh, yes. And so now that it's even more wet, I'm just gonna take it with one last time and run over it. And you can just see how it is just giving it more impact, and that's what I like. And make sure to keep it below your crease. So you can see a little bit, it's just like messy as hell over here, but that's fine. You just don't want to go any higher than basically where I went. So if you put your brush in like right here, you can feel your eye socket. Don't go any higher than the crease, or else you are gonna be a red mess. So now I'm gonna go back in with my M433 with no additional product, and I'm just gonna start blending out these edges just to make it nice and smooth. And I'm just using small motions, almost circular, but not a full circle, just like a little wiggle. Just a little wiggle in there, just to break out like that hard line that you had. Okay, and now I'm gonna go back in with that bold shade from the Tarteist palette and just tap off some of the excess, and then I'm gonna go back in into the crease and just make sure that this is all nice and blended, because it's looking pretty dark up there. So okay, so next up I'm going to take this Sigma E45 brush. It's just like a little bitty brush, and I already put some of the product on it, which I probably just got on my nose. But anyways, so I'm going to take that bold shade again from the Tarteist Pro Palette, and I'm going to run this under my lower lash line. When I look at myself without it under my lash line, but I've put all this makeup on top, I just feel like I'm not balanced. I feel like there's so much like heaviness on my upper lid that when I don't have it down here, it just looks crazy. And I just feel like this smokes it out so much more. And then I'm just gonna keep going over the same steps that we did before. Now I'm gonna take Bitten from Makeup Geek, and I'm gonna use that right on top. Next up, I'm going to take Colourpop's and Kathleen Light's Mr. Bing eyeliner. And so I just want to do like a small smudgy line. So I'm just going to go in with this Mr. Bing, and I'm just going to really lightly line my eye. And then I'm gonna just take it and drop it on the floor. So now I'm gonna take it and just run this through my waterline. So now I'm gonna take this little pencil brush from Crown Brushes. It's the C513. Got this in my Buxy charm as well. So I'm gonna take this, and then I'm just gonna blend out this brown eyeliner and on the top and the bottom. So I'm just gonna lightly take it and just run it back and forth. You don't have to push very hard. You don't want to take off anything that we put on the top. I'm just lightly smoking. So just like that. We're looking red. We're looking like we got the pink eye in a good way. Okay, so I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Smokey Eye mascara. So I'm gonna go in with this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Luminous Bronze Light, and I'm gonna go in with my Tom Ford brush. I got this for Christmas. So next I'm gonna take this Becca Blushed with Light palette. I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna mix these two, just mixy. I'm gonna do some highlighting. Yes, sir. And I am going to take my newfound favorite, the Essence Pure Nude Highlight in the shade Be My Highlight. I'm gonna take my Morphe M500, and I'm just gonna apply that to my cheeks. Okay, so next step, I'm gonna do my lips, and for that I'm gonna use this extremely dirty Melt lipstick in the shade Nude. It got gold glitter on it, gold pigment, but nude. And then I'm gonna take this Colourpop lip liner in the shade Aquarius to line my lips to start. So I'm gonna try this with Colourpop's Lipgloss Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Fairy Floss. Okay, well that completes this look. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.